What's going on, you guys? It's be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. What is going on, you guys? I hope you guys have had a wonderful hump day or whatnot. And I know it's a little bit late in the day, but baby, I had to work late today. So I did not get a chance to do this video earlier like I probably would have, but it's better late than never, right? But before we get into today's mess, let's talk about what we got coming up. Now, as you guys already know, if you are into the LGBT web series thing, make sure you tune in to a brand new episode of Chasing Dallas, which will be airing at 8/7 Central on Chasing Reality's YouTube page. Go over there and check it out. And not too long after the show, the Chasing Dallas panel will be going down, which will have myself, Jamar, Tramel, T, and a special guest appearance from Jeremy Speaks TV. Make sure you guys tune in for that panel on tomorrow night. All right. So with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and get into the mess. Now, as you guys already know, Scotty by Nature TV has been covering all things Xscape, with the Xscape show being on and all of that good stuff. But now at this point, we're about to get into Miss Tamika Scott. Now, Xscape has been doing interviews, and they did an interview with Access Atlanta, okay, where Tamika Scott pretty much exposed Latocha Scott and Mama Gloria about the checks. Now, we all been wondering where the checks went. How could Rocky deposit those checks into his and Latocha's account? Well, if y'all been wanting to know how that happened, let's get into this interview because Tamika tells it all. Let's get into it, you guys.
I feel like this, the show, like we said, kicked off with the bang. A major storyline for this season is the issues that you're having with your fourth group member, Latocha, your sister, Tamika. And really the issues that were, I guess, a result of the conversation that you were actually trying to have with your mom and your sister. It was supposed to be a really coming together moment because you and your sister hadn't spoken.
Right.
And so that kind of blew up and escalated. In that moment, going back to that, was it a moment where you were just like, you know what, I just got to say this, I got to get it off my chest? Or did you even think about it? Like, did it just come out?
Girl, before I even went to film, I was in a car and I said, okay, I'm going to put on my imaginary What Would Jesus Do bracelet. And during the filming, I kept looking down at my arm like, okay, what would Jesus do? And then I started rocking, and it's like I was looking at my arm. I was on the thing slipped off my arm. The imaginary thing slipped off. And when I felt attacked, it was just lies. Like when I walked in, my sister she did not want to work that out. I walked into, oh, you think you're better than everybody else. You don't know how to treat people. It was like, and I'm sitting here like, this is our first conversation. Yeah. And you doing this in front of the cameras? Like, we supposed to be making up right now. So, and I even brought my daughter. A lot of people's like, why she bring her daughter? I brought my daughter because I was like, if they see my daughter, they're like, oh, this is my niece. You know what I'm saying? Let's be a big family. But honey, it was like she was sitting there, but she wasn't. Like, they just totally just ignored her sitting there. So I just felt like I was being beaten up on. And it was just lies. And I was like, okay, I know how to shut you up with the truth. Yeah. And it just came out. It wasn't planned. It was something that I had forgiven her for. Yeah. Something that I had swept under the rug with because I felt so attacked. And I had to, that was my defense mechanism. And I just had to, and it just came out.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, it's a lot of layers to it. I'll try to give a brief overview of kind of what's going on. Candy, you did a great job of kind of breaking it down on Speak on It. But I believe Tiny, was it your mom who found out about Sound Exchange?
Yes.
Okay. So years ago, Tiny's mom found out about Sound Exchange, which is kind of like a union that gives artists.
Similar to a union. I don't know, it might be a union, but for artists. So basically, whereas a lot of songwriter unions collect royalties for us as songwriters, you know how always people hear like airplay royalties, only the songwriters get paid.
Right.
So when Sound Exchange started in the early 2000s, they basically collected a performance royalty for artists from, songs playing on the radio. And
performance, like if you sing your song,
the performance royalty,
you get paid for that.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of us, it's a lot of people who still don't know about Sound Exchange, and they have collected royalties. So by the time we found out about it, they had already collected some money. So it was a nice piece of change that each person was supposed to receive, I guess. I didn't know about it either. Like Tiny's mom signed me up.
Tiny's mom signed all of us up.
That's what I was gonna ask you. So she signed all of you up. So Candy and Tiny, you guys got your checks. Tamika, you were not receiving a check.
It was like a couple of years later, and she called. She was like, "Baby, Tiny just got a nice little check, baby. Did you get your check, baby?" I said, "What check?" She said, "Baby, the check I signed you up a few years ago." I said, "I haven't seen the check."
Yeah.
So I didn't know. So she's like, "I'm gonna get on the phone. Let me find out where your money." So once she did her investigation, they was like my address had been changed. She put my address in. At the time I was living in New York. So she put my New York, it was changed to my mom and my sister's address. My sister was living with my mom at that time.
Okay. And so you still really don't know how the address got changed.
No.
So
I mean, I know, but I didn't do it. Miss Diane didn't do it.
Yeah. And so allegedly, according to you, Tamika, the checks were going. I'm pulling a Candy. Allegedly.
Allegedly, you got me here.
She got on the phone with the guy who basically at the time was running, I guess, that department, and he basically gave her the address where her checks have been going, and he also told her these checks are being cashed. So she was like, being cashed, and then she wanted to see the checks, and
they sent the copies of the checks. On the back of the check was a fake handwriting that said my name and my sister's husband's name. It was cash in his account.
Wow.
So I like endorsed.
Back then, I don't know if they can still do it now.
Yeah.
But 9 years ago, you could do that.
So yeah, a lot of people, I mean, I guess that helps to explain. I know a lot of people's like, how could somebody get your check? Or how could you not know you had a check home? I didn't know I had one either. It just came out of blue. Same call she got. I got two from Diane, like, oh, did you get your check? And I was like, oh yeah, I didn't know it was coming either. So it can happen, like for people who questioned how.
It can happen. Because I'm named
and then you say that it was like a fake email.
Yeah, see, when we do business,
this is deep.
When we do business, it's times where we have to send over like not fax over, but scan like our passports or so we have on emails all of our information, our social security, all of us are privy to that. And one of the items that was used was my passport. So when they sent me the picture of the passport, I looked at my passport. I had not signed my passport, but the same passport was signed, which was a piece of paper that somebody forged my name that was sent to them to be me. And then and they went as far as putting Tamika Scott something at Gmail and was they were communicating with them through a fake Tamika Scott Gmail account.
There are so many layers to this.
There's a lot of layers.
I mean,
and it's all true. There's no lie. There ain't no lying in it.
So your sister Latocha, I know she's saying obviously that it's not true. She didn't have your check. Is she offering you any kind of explanation about what might have happened since she's saying she didn't get it?
No. When it happened, the year it happened, she was quiet. She didn't say that. She was sitting there looking crazy. And my mom was mad at me.
Yeah. And I do want to go back to that because I think things exploded obviously during the scene, and of course your mom said to cut the cameras. When the cameras went off, what happened?
I left. I was like, I'm not staying here for this.
Yeah. Also, I think there was a really powerful a really powerful moment in episode 2 when you were talking with Taj and she was asking you about, why do you think so many years you followed your sister so blindly? And you said it was because that's when you felt you got your mother's love. That brought tears to my eyes because I really felt in that moment, I felt just so bad. How do you go about healing from that? Because although the show of course was taped a couple months ago, this is something you say you've been dealing with since you were young and it's still now. So what does that healing process look like for you?
I want to say that I'm in that process right now. I'm in the beginning stage.
Yeah. It's going to take work and it's going to take time, especially when it's two people really so near and dear to your heart. So, you go through your process and you'll get through it. And you have two amazing sisters who are here for you.
She has a beautiful family.
Yeah. I know that can't be easy. Oh, man. All right. Well, ladies, Candy.
Okay, so that was Tamika Scott, and she was basically explaining how the checks were sent to Latocha. Now, apparently at the time, Latocha was living with their mother, Mama G, of course, and the checks came to Mama G's house. And that's how Rocky was able to get, was basically able to get the checks because they were coming to Miss G's house due to the fact that Latasha was living there. So Tamika basically, explained everything, and it makes a whole lot of sense to me. And to be quite honest, you feel what I'm saying? I just feel like this. I'm not saying that I'm happy about this because I know it looks like I've been going in on Tasha, but at the end of the day, I just feel like this. The truth is the damn truth. And Latasha has been going around denying and denying and denying. And my thing is, what point does Tiny Mama have to lie about this situation? That's number one. And number two, what does Tamika have to gain for lying on for lying on her own sister on national TV? I don't feel like she's lying. And I definitely don't feel like definitely don't feel like she'll just throw this out of thin air on her own sister. Yes, she did it to Candy, but she did that to protect her sister. So I don't know, but it's making Latasha and Mama G look even worse because the chicks came to Mama G's house. And the fact that Mama G wanted them cameras to be cut off real fast when the truth first came out, it speaks volumes. However, Scotty Gang, what do you think about this situation? How do you feel about what Tamika just said? Let's talk about it down in the comments below. With that being said, you guys, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Also, click on that notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. If you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down in the description box below. All right, you guys, I am out of here, and I would see you guys for more videos tomorrow. Rest in peace, Danita Rashawn, and I'm out of here, you guys. Until next time, bye.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Tremel. I just wanted to say that I have a new project that's out. It's called Mixed Feelings. It's on all streaming platforms. I would hope that you would go and check it out. It's a really good feel of an album. It's got everything you need and more. It's got R&B, it's got a little bit of pop, it's got a little bit of hip hop. It's everything that you need and more. It's out all streaming platforms, like I said. Please check me out, and you can also follow me at IAM_Tremel. That's IAM_TRAMEL. Check me out. I hope to hear from you.